Of course, when you come to Hong Kong as a temporary resident, you also are going to come with your family members. And so I'm going to talk now about the visa for a family member who happens to be, actually, I think these have been, a slide has been missed. Oh, sorry, no, here we are. To join your heterosexual married partner or your parents in Hong Kong. So effectively, if you get a dependent visa, the immigration, if you want a dependent visa, the immigration department expect to see a certain type of relationship. And the approval criteria for a dependent visa, for a spouse, is a reasonable, genuine proof, is a reasonable proof of a genuine relationship between the applicant and the sponsor. And this is designed to filter out any contrived marriages. When it comes to your family that are accompanying with, they have to be unmarried children under the age of 18, and your legal spouse is the only person who can qualify for a dependent visa, and it has to be a heterosexual legal spouse. It can't be a same-sex partner legal spouse. And you have to show, as a sponsor of a dependent visa, that you can put a roof over the head of your dependent and you can put food on the table of your dependent. Now, effectively, as long as there is a lawful marriage and as long as there's an employment that represents reasonable income, and as long as the family itself have got the means to support themselves here, and there's proof that you've got a tenancy or your own property, then dependent visas are issued almost automatically. Unless, for example, you're an Indian client or an Indian applicant, and it goes to, and the nature of your culture is that you've had an arranged marriage, and you're resident in Hong Kong, and you go off and you do your marriage in India, and then you come back and you make an application for a dependent visa, and you can show that you can put a roof over her head and food on her table, and you can show you're illegally married, but will the immigration department take that relationship as genuine? Normally what happens is the immigration department will receive the application and they'll make you wait a year until you've got your first anniversary. And if you're still together, or you've had kids in the meantime, then they'll finalise your application and you get approved. That's it. Interesting thing about dependent visas is the status that you get as a dependent visa holder is actually greater than your temporary resident spouse who's sponsoring it in the first place, because it's you get an employment visa and you can only do that job for that employer. Then you get a dependent visa sponsored by your spouse who's limited, and you can go off and do whatever you want without any further permission of the immigration department. So it's a great status to have.